My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Renowned Explorers, the Emperor's Challenge. My sincerest apologies on the fact that the audio was apparently a little bit subtle or muted, let's say, over the course of a couple of prior episodes. No clue what exactly happened right there. I'm fiddling with it constantly to try and get it into a reasonable sweet spot. I believe I have hit that, but of course, I have to imagine I'll defer to you and you'll be able to tell me in the future. So we've got 3 different sets of achievements that I'm really going for right now. The first of which is getting Minjong, and then Hojo, and then Phelan Bunyasak through the entirety of a run in Most Renowned Explorers. Specifically, it has to be in the Most Renowned Explorer. It can't be in the Emperor's Challenge, which is why I'm not doing the Emperor's Challenge right now. But I've been thinking about it. We've got Su Minjong. Lobbyists, students, and merchants bought in entourage shops, also upgrade your discovery. However, we don't have her card yet, her crew story. So I don't really want to take her, because we do have Phelan's, and we do have Hojo's. I've tried to run one with Phelan before. That's not to say that it wouldn't have been successful. It was quite successful. I just very specifically kind of fucked it up by trying to take a crew to an area that I was not yet prepared for and that I did not yet understand. I just need to get her to the end of an expedition. It'll be fine. Hojo, though. Hojo's interesting. Hojo gives all crew members 1 level of Jujutsu, and on top of that, he has wits and focus. So that's a total of 5 levels of Quick Thinker that are already in the party as soon as you start a game. That's assuming no one else has any levels of Quick Thinker. So the reason that that's interesting is if you go to the Viking landing, you have a chance to get, it's very rare, mind you, but you do have a chance to pick up a treasure called the Pumpkin King's Head, or Pumpkin King, or Pumpkin Head. It's one of those 3. I'm gonna hedge my bets and say all of them. And it has a chance to give you the reward plus 3 campaign at the end of an expedition for each level of Quick Thinker. That's 15 campaign on the first island, and it only gets more insane over time. I think that's a thing that I might want to go for. On top of that, well, we also have Hojo thinks there is a certain way an explorer should be, is the crew up to his standards. You gain plus 1 discovery, treasure hunt, or secret whenever you find a treasure, depending on its treasure category. I think that's going to be interesting. I just want to play with another story as well. So when I think of Hojo, I'm looking at his skills. I'm seeing an impress. I'm seeing plus 6 speech when your attitude is friendly. I'm seeing that he can go aggressive at the end if he desperately needs to, or he can take us away from aggression. So I'm thinking that he only really uses his aggressive abilities in kind of last case scenarios. And I don't really want to run another aggressive run considering my last one was so aggressive. So, if I'm not going aggressive, it's very unlikely in that circumstance that I end up taking a fighter unless I take, for example, Ivan Dashkov and try and have him use Vow of Peace super early. That is a run that I love, because it is so variable. You get it on the first island, it's awesome. You don't get it on the first island, you're fucked. It's so cool. And he's got naturalist and biologist. Naturalist and athlete, which makes him really, really good for going to my typical second island, the Caribbean adventure. That said, if I am looking for a kind of friendly, can-go aggressive crew, I'm probably looking at someone like Kwame, right? Kwame has a hit, which is 80% melee. Where is his aggressive tendency here? Doesn't actually have any. Alright, well, never mind. He's not that aggressive. He is a diplomat, though, which is going to be particularly helpful because it is a diplomacy role that gets you the ability to pick up that pumpkin head that I was earlier talking about. So, if we take for granted we've got Kwame in the party, let's think about it in general. If we're running a friendly run, if we're running a speech-based run, we want an impress, we want an excite, and we want an encourage. This is so that if we go up against enemies that have a weakness to any of the friendly stats, we have an ability to exploit that. And also, so we have an excite for friendly team buffs, so we have the confident is always just for hitting enemies. It is always just for exploiting their weaknesses because we never really want to buff our own attack damage. And the impress is obviously there to lower the speech defense of the opponents that we'll be fighting. Kwame is also really good in terms of defensiveness because he's a healer. Cheer is really, really strong in terms of its healing potential. He has Limitless Excited, so everyone gets one excitement around him each turn. That is ridiculous. That's 25% extra speech power on all of our characters. And he's got Dance, so he can give this tactical advantage of maneuverability to another member of your team, as well as buff his own defenses, so that he can survive whatever he's just swapped himself into. Or, you know, allow the other person to survive whatever he swaps them into. So I'm okay with Kwame, but then I'm thinking, if I've got Kwame, if he's going to be doing a lot of his time being supportive, for example, he has Excited and high speech power. If anyone needs a heal, he's going to be the person to heal. So who's going to be the person to hit? Who will do our damage? When I think about that, I'm instantly thinking about Amelia Kowalska. Not at all. That's literally a complete lie. Who should I be thinking about, though? I don't want to take Su Minjong, just because she doesn't have her crew story yet, and I don't really want to play with her until she has a crew story, I'll be quite frank with you. That said, she doesn't have a crew story, and she has a card that's going to be removed because it's a duplicate. The reason that's important is it lowers the amount of cards in the pool, making it much more likely that I get to pick up, for example, Raising the Bar or Cultured Diplomat super early. It means that I'll be able to get things that are very specifically important to me much earlier. If I make Hojo my wheel roller, which it's quite likely that he'll be my wheel roller for a consistent number of things, considering Su Minjong is only going to be an archaeologist, Kwame is only going to be a diplomat, consider the fact that Su Minjong's secondary is diplomacy, obviously not going to do that, and Kwame's secondary is quick thinker, obviously not going to do that, right? If I do that, I can also get Stories of Suspense, and Hojo will be able to roll a adventure wheel, and anytime he succeeds, he will get +1 encounter and +2 campaign tokens. That's pretty significant. That means something. I think I will do that. I think I will be going with that. He'll also be able to take all of the physical stats because no one else is really going to be using them, and since he has higher armor and higher grit than either of his teammates, he will roll better at those by base. Is it Su Minjong? Does she have a secondary hit or anything? Because she does have Sadden. She doesn't have a Confident, but I don't think many of the scientists have Confident. An extra speech on her Excite. That's exactly what I was looking for there. An extra speech on her Excite does make me pretty confident that I want to take Su Minjong. Alright. And then our first island is going to be the Viking Landing. It's completely because I want the pumpkin head, so I'll consider at the end of the first expedition whether or not I want to rerun it to see if I can possibly get what I'm looking for. But it's worth knowing you can't always get what you want, but there is an important addendum. If you try sometimes, you might just find that you get what you need, so that's worth knowing as well. Oh, I thought this was going to be very nearby supplies. Evidently not. Okay, the only way to exploit that is going to be go here, up. Yeah, that's going to be the only way to exploit that 0 without really screwing myself out of maneuverability. See, this is going to be the thing constantly. Like, do I want to roll Hojo because he gets a better result? Or do I want to roll the higher chance? I'm going to go with the higher chance here. Didn't work out. 47% chance. Balance of probability. It wasn't going to work out, so I'm fine with it. Battles of Ode. Ah. Bugger. I think that means I've not gotten the thing I was looking for. Nice. We did get a secret token, though. Let's look at what we get for our campfire stories. Keep this one and I'll pop the Stories of Suspense. I'll have a look at my stats coming out of this first mission. But I really don't think I'm going to continue running with this one. I really wanted the turf house and I didn't get it. Okay. Hojo's weakened by the lack of food, lost attack power. That's more than fine by me. 2 devious gentlemen. I'm going to have to deal with him deviously. I've got a strong Sadden. I've got a fail Enrage and a fail Terrify. So I think the best way for me to handle this is going to be friendly. No, it's going to have to be devious on this side as well. I can't guarantee that I wouldn't have one hit with that friendly, and then I would have definitely ended the mission friendly. I don't want to end it friendly, obviously, because I get an encounter token for doing it devious. Later, though, pretty much everything will be friendly. I'll be specifically manipulating things to end friendly. Fuck. I just screwed up. This whole island is screwed up. This is going to be diplomat negotiations, but the thing is, guess what? I've already got it on Kwame. Negotiates for a hefty profit? Yeah, you know what? Okay. I like that that's an option, because that's typically not an option on many of these first islands. You just don't get any bonus if you already know the thing. Unfortunately, there's only one battle on this island. That's a little significantly short of where I want to be. I'm obviously not the studious type. Right, Kwame negotiates for the best deal. Kwame becomes frustrated with the lack of food. It's okay. See, 41 versus 61, I think I'll roll the 41, because it's twice as many things for the 41. It's so much better. Also, Hojo is now going to level up. He lost speech power, yuck. I don't think I can diversify him into smashing. No, I totally can. What am I talking about? Yes, no, 100%. I was thinking he benefits from being a quick thinker, but the thing is, he benefits from being a level 3 quick thinker. He doesn't need to go past that point. Well, okay, our attack power is actually going to be important here, and that's the one that I've been losing this entire time. Quite simply put, I'm going to be going strong devious for as long as I possibly can here. So that I can use friendlies when I don't need it, and then whittle down to just having Tommy. As soon as it's just Tommy, I'm going all aggressive. Okay, you can do that. I'm going to need to hit both of these devious, which is going to be a rough call. I also pretty much need to guarantee that Kwame doesn't get hit here. I think Kwame is about to take a hit, but I think he'll be fine. He's got the plus 25 grit from Provocative, though. Okay, never mind. He didn't even take a hit. Now it's all aggression. Which is a really hard pill to swallow here. I think I might have her just excite him. Yeah, I think that's correct. Lower his armor so that we can actually start doing significant damage. I don't want an AoE attack to suddenly, wipe us out. So you can shear her on. Full heal her. That'll also make her excited, making it much more powerful when she heals you. And if I actually move up here, I might be in a better position. That is to say, to prevent Kwame from taking a following hit. Never mind. Obviously not. Wait a sec. I had bottlenecked him there. I screwed up that positioning horribly. It's very, very, very strongly unlikely that this is the run that I continue. I think I'll actually restart this one. A lot of getting a ridiculous score in this game is balling the fuck out of control and snowballing, right? As you'd have to imagine. I think we're looking for the drinking horn here, but I'm gonna have to double check that one as well. Is it the drinking horn that's the best result? Because drinking horn is for resolving friendly. Yeah, it's the drinking horn that's the best result for us. Supported by a hidden treasure and... oh, a drinking horn. An encounter if you resolve friendly. Sounds lovely to me. That said, this is 40 to 45. No, I can't do it. Alright. That's just not good enough. The C tier treasure rather than a B tier. Specifically one of the secret treasures. Just not good enough. I fucked up. I screwed up. I horribly, horribly, horribly ruined that one. Now I've got to abandon the game. If I'd done it before I left, I would have had the opportunity to just restart it on the screen. But now I'm going to have to reselect the entire gosh dang diddly crew. And Viking landing. Yes, 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 yes. And all is good with the world. Taking the crew out to party again. Viking landing. Time for adventure. If this is the goodie hunt space, then that's something that I'm really happy about. Think fast and make a distraction, Hojo. This is for yep, an archaeologist. Thankfully, we've got one along. Crew finds a place. This is not gonna be... oh, it is goodie hunt. Good, good, good. E-hunt. Had to know I was gonna do that. Defeat them deviously. I can't imagine I would be capable of such a thing. Here we go. Unleash the deviosity. Popped one. And then friendly to another. Hell, I could have tried to go aggressive there at the end, but I know that wouldn't have been enough. Beautiful deviousness right there, right there. Cryptic slab. Okay, it's always the brooch, if I remember correctly. I will eventually have this drilled into my brain that it is always the brooch. Wait, hang on. Goodie hunt isn't what I want. Dang it! Is goodie hunt the one I want? Goodie hunt. Okay, after you arrive at the marked node, you have a 25% chance of getting the treasure. Okay. So I've got a 25% chance of getting the pumpkin head, and then I have a 50% chance rather, of it having the specific ability on the head that I want it to have. Instead of spending time with the crew, Hojo is categorizing your finds all alone. He mumbles something about increased efficiency. Min Zhong thinks he's up to something and asks Hojo if there's a problem. Hojo turns around and says, I don't think Kwame is an adequate explorer. Or, I don't think Min Zhong is an adequate explorer. I think Kwame would take that better because he's supportive and helpful. What? Kwame can't help but being a little offended. Kwame tries to keep it cool, but he asks what seems to be the problem. Hojo tries to be polite, bows down to Kwame and quietly whispers in his ears what he thinks. Kwame is appalled. Hey, I'm not slow of mind. What? I'm not just messing around. Uninformed? I don't know what you're talking about. So... interesting. These are all going to have different results, I have to imagine. Which of them is going to tend towards a result that I want? I think I'm not messing around, because uninformed and slow of mind seem to both relate to research in my brain. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I guess they just result in perks. What would slow of mind be? Like, engineer? Hojo looks dead serious. Kwame's tactical insight is a liability, and he has to become a bit more of a tactician, but Hojo is not a bad guy and offers to help. Yeah, 62. Bad roll, bud. Kwame can't roll for his life, god dang it. Okay, there's diplomat negotiations. Hopefully we don't get the negotiations one here. And Pumpkinhead. Yikes. I'll take the status from Collect, because that could be amazing. Alright, 31. Hey, well done, bud. Half the chance that Kwame previously had, and yet you succeed where he did not. Alright. Yeah, it's diplomat negotiations here as well. That's a shame, but it will actually slightly help me in to say that this is going to get us a reasonable amount of status. Not an amazing amount, but some. A non-zero amount of status. I want to see also the buff that Kwame has personally as a result of the encounter. The crew story, that is. I screwed that up pretty badly. I knew Kwame had lower speech power, so I knew I wasn't going to roll him for an attack. So, if I wasn't going to roll him for an attack, I definitely should have just had him buff Hojo before, which would have resulted in a one-shot. Okay, Hojo starts to fumble. You become a greater archaeologist. Everyone's level 2 before we leave now. Take another secret. And time for a treasure. Explain that it's our treasure. Cassandra Shafiq. This is actually a really good result. Getting the friendly resolution at the end of this island is going to be really powerful for us. I think actually because they're going to have to sacrifice a turn approaching us, I am going to have it in my strongest best interest here. Just move away. Especially if they happen to line up for Minjong's attack. Yikes. It would be difficult to get Minjong's attack through 3 people, so I can't really see a line here where it gets through 2. 1, 2, 3, and then she shoots up. So actually, if I go here and take out you, then Minjong can take out 2 with a singular attack, and that is a serious thing. Unfortunately, that's the only hit that I can really commit right now. I think Cassandra Shafiq is dead. I think she's actually just deceased. Because we have 2 people with Excite who have our highest amount of speech power. And we have someone to set up the first hit with an Impress. Cryptic treasure map. Again, we are going to want that drinking horn. 2 campaign for resolving friendly? Or I could actually go the status from secret because we've already activated something that is going to be allowing us to get more secrets. No, it's definitely 2 campaign from friendly. Because a campaign token, I will be buffing them, obviously. And a campaign token is 10 to 15 status. So as long as I fight at least 2 adventures friendly each expedition, it's going to be worth more than I'm currently going to get from the secrets. So that was slightly better, but it's still not great. I think I will run with this one. I don't want to spend, 40 minutes, an hour, a couple of hours trying to get a very specific setup for a run going. I always just want to give myself the opportunity for that run to begin, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll get that as soon as I've hobbied as many lobbyists that I can possibly pick up right now. Campaign for resolving friendly is 100% certainly coming with me. Yeah, now I at this point it's just lobbyist, upgrade, lobbyist. If I could upgrade and get another lobbyist right now, I would. Then I pick up lobbyists. I might now be able to get another one. Is this the case? I was upgrading the other one for a reason. Yes? Yes, so that I could find more things to unlock here. Guess I could unlock this one. The thing is, I know now that I won't be able to get another lobbyist. Maybe I go journalist? Yeah, journalist and then the journalist from the other area as well. That's going to be a significant amount of status on that status and encounter tokens for us. What else would I pick up from here? Definitely writing history. Yeah, no, I want as many campaign tokens as possible. I'm not going to get that much study, so I'm thinking maybe I want to hold off on everything else to go down the anthropology tree. But the thing is, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, right? 4 to unlock anthropology before I can actually get something that gives me any supplies. So I think I might be in the position where I now need to just go for exploration records super early as well. Now, second island. Quick thinker, yes. Tactician, yes. Archaeologist, yes. Diplomat, yes. Status, yes. Like, I'm so well prepared for that area. Rogue, no. Athlete, 1 level. Beguiler, no. Friendly approach, I guess. And then this is the one that I typically go to. But I guess I'll actually be running to the Hungarian fort. Especially if I manage to pick up the Portrait of Elizabeth Bathory and get plus 25% status per campaign token, we're going to be in an insane position. Anything short of that will be reasonably okay. That said, if I am going there, I do have a level 1 athlete. That's actually enough. You've got Diplomat, Generous, Honesty, and that's Politics. I could give you Languages. You'd become a level 4 diplomat. That's a lot earlier than you need to be a level 4 diplomat, but you do get plus a bonus to your exciting skills, and all of your skills are exciting. We don't have a survivalist in this area, and that will be slightly significant. So I think I'll actually give you a level of survivalist. I'll give you the translation guide. And then past that, I think I might just want to increase someone's defenses? No. I think I will trade out the good gloves for the good book. That looks to be about it. Past this point, we should probably just try and pick up campaign. Yeah, that's a lot right there. Whew, that's a reasonable amount. That is pretty much all that can be done, and it's plus 5 speech power and plus 5 speech defense. Or rather, 5% speech power and plus 5 speech defense. That's actually pretty damn good, especially for that character. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Renowned Explorers. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.